The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. During the Great Depression, a severe drought in Oklahoma caused massive dust storms that blew away topsoil and destroyed farmland. Devastated farming families had no choice but to sell all their belongings and leave. This is the situation faced by the Joad family in John Steinbeck's novel, The Grapes of Wrath. In this excerpt, the narrator describes the aftermath of the devastating drought. In the little houses, the tenant people sifted their belongings, and in the belongings of their fathers and of their grandfathers, picked over their possessions for the journey to the west. The men were ruthless because the past had been spoiled, but the women knew how the past would cry to them in the coming days. The men went into the barns and the sheds. That plow, that harrow. Remember in the war we planted mustard? Remember, a fellow wanted us to put in that rubber bush they call guayuel. Get rich, he said. Bring out those tools. Get a few dollars for them. $18 for that plow, plus freight. Sears Roebuck. Harness, carts, cedars, little bundles of hose, bring 'em out. Pile 'em up, load 'em in the wagon. Take 'em to town. Sell 'em for what you can get. Sell the team and wagon, too. No more use for anything. 50 cents isn't enough to get for a good plow. That cedar costs $38. $2 isn't enough. Can't haul it all back? Well, take it and a bitterness with it. Take the well pump and the harness. Take the halters, collars, hames, and tugs. Take the little glass brow band jewels, rose red under the glass. Got those for the bay gelding. Remember how he lifted his feet when he trotted? Junk piled up in a yard. Can't sell a hand plow anymore. 50 cents for the weight of the metal. Discs and tractors, that's the stuff now. Well, take it, all junk, and give me $5. You're not buying only junk, you're buying junked lives. And more, you'll see, you're buying bitterness. Buying a plow to plow your own children under. Buying the arms and the spirits that might have saved you. $5, not $4. I can't haul 'em back. Well, take 'em for $4, but I warn you, you're buying what will plow your own children under. And you can't see. Take 'em for $4. Now, what'll you give me for the team in the wagon? Those fine bays, matched they are, matched in color, matched the way they walk, stride to stride, in the stiff pull-straining hams and buttocks, split-second timed together. And in the morning, the light on them, bay light, they look over the fence sniffing for us, and the stiff ears swivel to hear us, and the black forelocks. I've got a girl. She likes to braid the manes and forelocks, puts little red bows on them. Likes to do it. Not anymore. I could tell you a funny story about that girl and that of Off Bay. Would make you laugh. Off Horse is 8, near is 10, but might have been twin colts the way they work together. See? The teeth, sound all over, deep lungs, feet fair and clean. How much? $10 for both? And the wagon? I'd shoot 'em for the dog, feet first. Oh, take 'em. Take 'em quick, mister. You're buying a little girl plaiting the forelocks, taking off her hair ribbons to make bows, standing back, head cocked, rubbing the soft noses with her cheek. You're buying years of work, toil in the sun. You're buying a sorrow that can't talk. But watch it, mister. There's a premium goes with this pile of junk, and the bay horses, so beautiful, a packet of bitterness to grow in your house and to flower someday. We could have saved you, but you cut us down, and soon you will be cut down, and there'll be none of us to save you. And the tenant men came, walking back, hands in their pockets, hats pulled down. Some bought a pint and drank it fast to make the impact hard and stunning. But they didn't laugh and they didn't dance. They didn't sing or pick the guitars. They walked back to the farms, hands in pockets and heads down, shoes kicking the red dust up. Maybe we can start again in the new rich land in California where the fruit grows. We'll start over. But you can't start. Only a baby can start. You and me, why, we're all that's been. The anger of a moment, the thousand pictures, that's us. This land, this red land is us, and the flood years, and the dust years, and the drought years are us. We can't start again. The bitterness we sold to the junk man, he got it all right, but we have it still. And when the owner men told us to go, that's us. And when the tractor hit the house, that's us until we're dead. to California or any place. Everyone a drum major leading a parade of hurts, marching with our bitterness. And someday the armies of bitterness will all be going the same way, and they'll all walk together, and there'll be a dead terror from it. The tenant men scuffed home to the farms through the red dust, when everything that could be sold was sold: stoves and bedsteads, chairs and tables, the little corner cupboards, tubs and tanks. Still, there were piles of possessions, and the women sat among them, turning them over and looking off beyond and back. Pictures, square glasses, and here's a vase. Now you know well what we can take and what we can't take. We'll be camping out. A few pots to cook and wash in, and mattresses and comforts, lanterns and buckets, and a piece of canvas. Use that for a tent. This kerosene can. Know what that is? That's the stove. And clothes, take all the clothes. And the rifle? Wouldn't go out naked if a rifle. When shoes and clothes and food, when even hope is gone, we'll have the rifle. When Grandpa came, did I tell you? He had pepper and salt and a rifle, nothing else. That goes. And a bottle for the water? That just about fills us, right up to the sides of the trailer, and the kids can sit in the trailer, and Grandma on a mattress. Tools, a shovel, and saw, and wrench, and pliers, and axe, too. We had that axe 40 years. Look how she's wore down. And ropes, of course. The rest, leave it or burn it up. And the children came. If Mary takes that doll, that dirty rag doll, I get to take my Indian bow. I got to. And this round stick, big as me. Might need this stick. I had this stick so long, a month or maybe a year. I gotta take it. And what's it like in California? The women sat among the doomed things, turning them over and looking past them and back. This book, my father had it. He liked a book, Pilgrim's Progress, used to read it, got his name in it, and his pipe still smells rank. And this picture, an angel. I looked at that before the first three came, didn't seem to do much good. Think we could get this China dog in? Aunt Sadie brought it from the St. Louis Fair. See, wrote right on it. No, I guess not. Here's a letter my brother wrote the day before he died. Here's an old-time hat. These feathers, never got to use them. Nope, there isn't room. How can we live without our lives? How will we know it's us without a past? No, leave it, burn it. They sat and looked at it and burned it into their memories. How will it be to not know what lands outside the door? How if you wake up in the middle of the night and know the willow tree's not there? Can you live without the willow tree? Well, no, you can't. This willow tree is you. The pain on that mattress there, that dreadful pain, that's you. And the children. If Sam takes his Indian bow and his long round stick, I get to take two things. I choose the fluffy pillow, that's mine. Suddenly they were nervous. Got to get out quick now, can't wait. We can't wait. And they piled up the goods in the yard and set fire to them. They stood and watched them burning. And then frantically they loaded up the cars and drove away, drove in the dust. The dust hung in the air for a long time after the loaded cars had passed.